The term Palestine is believed to be derived from the Philistines, an Aegean people who, in the 12th century BCE, settled along the Mediterranean coastal plain of what is now Israel and the Gaza Strip. In the 2nd century CE, after crushing a Jewish rebellion, the Romans first applied the name Palestina to Judea, which was the southern part of what is now called the West Bank. And their effort was to minimize the Jewish connection with the land of Israel. And the Arabic word Palestine actually is derived from this Latin name. The 12 tribes of Israel formed the first constitutional monarchy in the land of what is now called Palestine about 1000 BC. The second king, David, first made Jerusalem the nation's capital. And although Palestine was eventually split into two separate kingdoms, Jewish independence under monarchy lasted for more than 400 years. This is much longer than Americans have even enjoyed independence here in the United States. When Jews began to immigrate to Palestine in large numbers in 1882, fewer than 250,000 Palestinian Arabs lived there, and the majority of them had arrived in recent decades. Palestine was never an exclusively Arab country, although Arabic gradually became the language of most of the population after the Muslim invasions in the 7th century. No independent Palestinian Arab state has ever existed in recorded history. And in fact, when the distinguished Arab-American historian, Princeton University professor Philip Hitti, testified against partition at the Anglo-American Committee in 1946, he said there is no such thing in history as Palestine. In fact, Palestine is never explicitly mentioned in the Quran either. Rather, it's referred to only as the Holy Land. Prior to partition, Palestinian Arabs did not view themselves as having a separate identity. When the first Congress of Muslim-Christian associations met in Jerusalem in February 1919, they were choosing Palestinian representatives to the Paris Peace Conference, and they adopted the following resolution. We consider Palestine as part of Arab Syria, as it has never been separated from any point in time, and we are connected with it by national, religious, linguistic, natural, economic, and geographical bounds. The representative of the Arab Higher Committee submitted to the United Nations General Assembly in May 1947 a statement that said Palestine was part of the province of Syria, and that politically the Arabs of Palestine were not independent in the sense of having a separate political identity. A few years later, Ahmed Shukeri, who was later the chairman of the PLO, told the Security Council, "It is common knowledge that Palestine is nothing but southern Syria." Palestinian Arab nationalism really didn't begin in earnest until the end of World War I, and then became a significant political movement after 1967 when Israel captured the territories.